Hey, Kerbal Space Friends, this is Raw with episode 7 of the Interplanetary mission. I tried to line up this beautiful picture. This is something that I'm going to send in a postcard to somebody someday when, I'm gonna leave it to my grandkids or something. I got my SSTO here in the front, solar panel and perfect glowing intakes, the sun in the back, the satellite we just launched, Duna below, Ike in the background. What a beautiful picture. This is Kerbal photography at its finest. Yeah, okay. If sarcasm doesn't come over YouTube videos, there was a lot of it on there. But anyway, let us transfer to Ike and drop off our second satellite. Now, a lot of you will have noticed that our electric charge capacity went way down, and that is of course because the main batteries on this thing are on the satellites. So as we lose satellites, we lose capacity, which means that, maneuvering this thing so that the solar panels are always in the sunlight is going to become more and more important, especially with the control wheels and the torque on that, which I never turn off because, I like SAS. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that. So now, let us set Ike as a target. I'm going to say this probably has a similar period to the moon, and I'm going to try to get ahead of it a little bit over here. And let's see. Yep. It's a little too good though. I don't want to crash an Ike. Perhaps it's 16 kilometers. A little too high up. 12. Actually, no, wait a minute. I want to deploy the satellite. I want to leave that at like 60. Yeah, that's good. 75. Okay, 75 sounds good. This is an estimate. I don't believe you. What is up with this thing? This is probably going to be like a 20-second burn or something. It keeps messing with those times, giving me horrendously inflated times. Let's make sure that we're not going to burn into the satellite. We might. Eek. Okay. Question, are we above or below Ike? We're above it. Okay. Which means I can probably burn down a little bit and not mess things up too much, and ensure that I'm going to miss that pesky satellite. Alright. So according to this, it's an estimated 1 minute burn. No, it's not a 1 minute burn. It cannot be a 1 minute burn. Let's see how much it really is. I'm going to estimate it's probably going to be a couple of seconds, like 20-30 seconds. So I'm going to time accelerate by satellite. Thank you for not getting in my way. And let's slowly start burning around here. Yeah, less than a minute. So it's a little late technically, but let's see what happens. And of course we're going to time accelerate. Let's correct that to 10. And actually I'm not going to time accelerate. We're getting pretty close to the encounter. Finger on the X. 50, huh? I don't need you anymore. Let's tweak this out. Alright, so according to this, we're coming low, because if you see Ike's orbit flat here, we kind of bounced up. So in order to get a perfect equatorial, I'm going to burn north a little bit. Now I'm going to again use this to line it up. So I want that purple line to come down and match the green line, and that tells me that I'm coming in perfectly flat on Ike's equator, which is what I want in order to launch this satellite. Let's give a little bit of gas. It's not moving, is it? And it's dropping that. You know what? I'm just going to leave that as it is. Let's burn retrograde a little bit and raise that periapsis. So when we do our circularization burn, we'll stay to the altitude I wanted. I wanted about somewhere between 50 and 75. Let's do it. Let's do 65. There it is. And you saw again, there was just 1 point of throttle. It's almost nothing. We're not that high. I mean, it's not bad. Let's go ahead and get over there. Time accelerate. Leaving our raw here probe. You know what? Yeah, you. Yeah, probe's fine. Now let's point that fake camera lens down to the Duna surface and take pictures of ancient Dunian signs of dead civilizations, or whatever the guys from Ancient Aliens would want us to believe is out there. Switch back to this. And let's see how our approach is to Ike. We're still good. Let's time accelerate some more and get out there. So here is our friend Ike. We're about to encounter it. We're on a good equatorial 90-degree orbit. We can now calculate our circularization burn. 60 kilometers. I'm going to go a little bit back so that or actually a little bit forward so that I get it at pretty close to 60, because that's like 49. I mean 59. And if I drop that there, where are you? Nope, this way. Yeah, you know what I want you to do. Still 59. Ah, whatever. 62. Whoa. Still 49. 61. Still a little touch up. 60 and a half. 60.8. That's perfect. We're gonna get ready for that one. How's our solar panel power doing? Okay, fine, apparently. I don't know how. None of these are in range. Let's change that. Seriously, if you guys ever make one of these, put solar panels on the bottom and on the top and on the sides, so that you don't have to be thinking about this. I like the challenge, so I don't care. I could have redone it, but it can be a pain in the butt every now and then. Anyway, there we are. We're getting sun. And we're gonna come a little bit closer. We're still at 600 kilometers above. I'll get on the right orientation when I'm below 100, and I know that I have to start making that burn. Okay, here we go. That's gonna be somewhere around over here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there it is. I can still do this with the sun on my panel. I'm just putting it that way. Right, sun? Oh yeah. Let's get it exactly where it needs to be. And let's let it go. Again, no information. This is starting to get old. I'm gonna assume, again, it's about a minute. In case any of you guys are wondering, I have not done this before and just reloaded a save game. I truly have no idea how much that is, and I'm guessing it's about a minute. This isn't me having practiced it a bunch of times, messed it up, and reloaded. If you notice, I don't really quick save in the middle of the video ever. So let's go around here and make sure we're aiming the right way and start burning. No, it's less. Okay, so I'm gonna burn at half power, because it was only about 30 seconds of burn. Just as I start bragging about how I guess all this stuff off the top of my head, I'd mess up the calculation. Okay, let's give it a little more gas. Just to finish about halfway, and it's gonna. I'm just gonna go for broke here. I can recircularize it if I need to. Alright, so that's 60 on one side, 62 on the other. Yeah, let's just, you know, do that be a perfectionist. 60, 79, 60, 60.8. That's perfect. I'll just use time acceleration and do that from right here. Still, it's not gonna give me. Well, it's probably it's probably less than a second burn, to be honest. Let's go around. That's a 5-minute time acceleration. Yes, it's probably a couple of seconds of burn. Let's start here. Oh yeah, that's fine. 60, 60. Wow. That's almost less than 0.7 kilometers. And our inclination's a little wonky, but I wonder how that happened. I thought I was pretty careful with that. Oh well, whatever. And satellite number 2. Run, be free, frolic in the wild with the untamed satellites. Now, wait a minute. So I'm gonna have to go down this way after I launch it. Okay. God dang it. And I even practiced it before I did that. Did I break any of the panels? No. Well, that's one way to do it. You can use your wing to catapult it into space and away from your craft. I don't think I'd recommend that, but okay. Doke. And this one will be taking pictures of the surface of Ike, which is probably fairly boring. Alright. We have enough time to land on Ike. Yes, we do. So, just cause I'm gonna try to land here on this black side here. Which means I'm going to accelerate. I want it to be in the sun, first of all. I want it to be close to the equator, second of all. And Ike is terribly uneven, so it's kind of hard to land on. But I have a secret weapon for that, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to go to the opposite side of Ike, which means I'll be doing the burn on the dark side. And you want to land on the dark side. I mean, you want to land on the light side, you got to burn on the dark side. There's no two ways about it. You got to do stuff at night, no matter what. But let's do a little past the equator. I wanna land there. Alright. So I'm gonna do similar to my moon approach, that I'm going to come in really flat and just brake and land. 12 kilometers is a little high. 9 kilometers is still a little high. 9.5. Actually, you know, it's so rocky and mountainous that I'm a little too chicken to try that any lower. So that's a 6-second burn, 26 seconds. Oh my goodness, it's giving me a prediction and everything. And 6 seconds sounds about right. I think we've somehow gotten rid of that crappy bug that was trying to get on my nerves. Okay, so we're going to time accelerate a little bit, just a couple of seconds. And burn. And cut. 9.5 it is. Alright. So I'm going to do this very carefully. I'm going to first and foremost be aiming up at all times with the engine powered on. If I see a mountain in my path, I can that way immediately gain altitude. And we're going to come in over the sunrise and start to see Ike. And down we go to the surface. Okay. So let's get our free camera going here. Get flat. Put down that landing gear. Now here's my secret weapon. I'm going to put down this landing gear too. And here's why. On these low gravity moons that have a lot of inclination on their terrain, you'll sometimes just not be able to stand it straight up. So what you can do is, when you have control wheels like this, is rotate it so that if it does topple over, it'll topple over onto its wheels. So I'll have the wheels down while I do this. Coming in at an orbital velocity of 342 and still 31 kilometers up. I have a good feeling about this. And that wasn't sarcasm, I really do. So down we go. Here's the dark part I wanted to land on. Okay, there's 12 kilometers. So I'm going to, even though this thing says I'm still going down, I'm not going to burn up. I still want to keep dropping. But I am going to full throttle this and try to get that orbital velocity down to nothing. And try to put us down there on the border between the dark and the light where I said I wanted to put it down. Hopefully it'll be flat. Hopefully it will not get us killed. Don't want to aim down though. I mean, I'm not aiming up, but I don't really want to aim down. They're dropping at, you know, substantial amount of speed, you know, 50 centimeters per second. But look at this, it's probably already got me on the ground. Yeah. Don't want this to be dropping too high, so let me just aim it up a little bit. And I really don't want to reach that mountain ridge. I want to put it down somewhere there. Hopefully I have time to do it. I'm losing velocity quite fast, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I want to keep the drop around where it is, you know, a little above 50. I don't want all my velocity to go away. You know what? That's pretty good. Let's coast a little bit. So I'm going to start doing my spacebar trick. I want to keep this up. 90 meters per second, and I'm dropping too fast. Let's do some more braking. $60 meters per second is not bad. I can control that. You can see how chicken I am about this. On the moon, I'd scrape by, let's scream by the surface on the way down in that other video about the non-air hogging moon SSTO, but with Ike, I don't know. Haven't done this. I think I've done this 2 times before and I wasn't even filming. It's just kinda for fun. So don't judge me if I look a little nervous. Alright, so I'm pretty low and I'm still moving kinda sideways. So I'm probably gonna want to kill my lateral velocity almost completely now and just plop straight down. So I'm gonna do that. Get that prograde vector right, straight up and down. Okay, there we go. So now we're coming straight down on Ike. And I'll bounce it between, what, like 30 and 50? Still pretty high up. Still dropping. I got way short of where I thought I was gonna land, but hopefully this will be flatter. Okay, now if I'm looking at this correctly, wow, dude, that looks awesome. If I'm looking at this correctly, it's probably inclined that way. So I probably want to turn my wheels to face that way now. I'll do that now. I'm guessing that if it topples over, it'll topple over in that direction. I could just catch it with the wheels. Alright, there's my shadow. Let's get this to a little below 20. There's the lights on the ground. That's great. The hill looks to be going that way. Let's line it up that way. Okay. Yep, I know it. Not to worry. That's why we have wheels. Brakes on. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, SSTO to Ike. Next episode, Jeb will of course go EVA. We will attempt to not run out of power, which we apparently aren't yet. And we're going to plant a flag, get a sample, and go home. But this particular episode has already gotten way longer than I normally want them to. So this is Ross signing off and telling you guys, fly safe, like me this time, because that was pretty safe. Anyway, bye.